The dogs get Scrabble for it or anything like that. And you lot don't try and spit any food out and try and get it into that fireplace over there. First of all, you might hit the people in front of it. And secondly, an hour later, there isn't a fireplace there. So actually, you'll just go on the wall. So that's something that I know. But, you know, apart from that, I think that's... Oh, do not bring your live... Have you brought your livestock in? You haven't brought your sheep or your chickens or pigs in here? You can bring your hunting dogs in, of course you can. You can bring your dogs in, they're used for hunting, but anything else, no, I'm afraid not. But that's it really. But as I said, then we'll announce the king. I shall just say, oh, and I will also call upon the services of various people to come and help me take the food up to the king at the table. There's a small fare that he has. He has some nuts and what have you, we'll describe there, different bits and bobs, because of course it is Advent and a Lenten time. All right, and if you're very good, maybe you can share some with the king afterwards. I doubt it, but maybe. Anyway, I shall go see if the king is now.
The king may reward you with gold. He rewards his performers with gold, but also those who serve him at table.
The king, sometimes he takes us by surprise. But at the moment, he does not seem to be around. So let us have one.
Position of great honour to serve the king.
Let's have a look. Ah, yes, gentlemen here. Please, oh no, you have a one there. Let's have a look. Madam, could I ask for your help?
Yes.
Now, I need a third one as well, actually, to help.
Oh, you have your third, Surgeon.
'Tis I. Oh, of course it is, my young prince. Thank you very much, madam. Well, I will give you, you may have this plate here to hold. And my young prince, if I
Is this your first time, Sir?
Catherine, come back here! You
Next
doing
time,
walking off the
Surgeon,
outside?
please come properly. There's an arm's length, please, Surgeon.
Yes,
Oh, right,
madam.
okay.
Who told you to go? I didn't even start. I do apologise, my liege. They're all a bit previous.
I admire her eagerness because, as she has heard, I'm hungry.
Yes. But what's your name?
Lorna.
Oh, where are you from, Lorna?
Scotland.
Lorna of. Yeah, very good. Arms out then. Walk up.
If she's from Scotland, it does explain a great deal. They're not very men about that.
Lorna of Scotland, approach the king with your bowl of oranges. These are but 4 months old oranges, my liege, and so might have a little bit of juice left. We're not sure.
I didn't say something down there for me.
King rises to rise. That's lovely.
Oh, sit down, sit down, sit down.
That's wonderful.
You may withdraw, woman.
Don't
Get back on the king! Your tip. Bow, and now walk away backwards, while still bowing. It means you can see where you're putting your feet.
Well done, Lorna, that's very good. That's great. Lorna Doom. Now, this is Catherine Broadstairs. Catherine Broadstairs, hold up, that's right. Catherine wearing the red, of course, which is very good. She's here looking for a husband, my liege.
No, you know. What's your dowry? You see, my son Richard is presently unmarried. Betrothed, but he's shown no interest. Yes, place it down. It's all right.
Look at that. Catherine Broadstairs walking backwards like that. Give her a round of applause. Very Catherine. Very good. And now the final, the piece of resistance, my liege. We have your son Richard, who is carrying white flesh upon this plate. There is a silver salver, and there is also a nest of pandomaine bread, my liege, nestling in there 2 hard-boiled eggs. Do walk forwards. That's all well done.
In truth, I can honestly say I will be glad when this fasting period of Lent is over. Some of us, even on the 26th, I look forward very much to eating meat.
Yes, my liege. Sometimes a fast is taking so long, it's called a slow.
Yes, well then, Richard, you may sit.
Thank you, my liege. Well done. Apropos, my liege, of the 6 pigs that Catherine here has as a dowry, there were two pig thieves. There was a Saxon and there was a Norman, of course the Norman French. And the Saxon, when he was arrested for stealing the pig, was summarily strung up by the neck on the nearest tree. very brutal but just punishment. The Norman, our Frenchman on the other hand, he smelled the pig, and he was let off with a cochon. Let off with a cochon. My friends, and therefore we tell you the story. Is it something I said? This is Princess Caroline. We'll call her Princess Esther. And is she not a beautiful picture? Most delightful child?
Second most beautiful princess in the room.
She is, my liege. Now then, young Princess Esther Caroline here is a prisoner. She is being held against her will in a castle. And who lives in this castle? This castle is owned by a giant. Where is our giant? Stands giant. What do you say to the bad giant? Exactly. Come forward, big bad giant. Jenny Wren. And she let the little Jenny Wren go. Let Jenny Wren go through the window. And the little bird flew around. And it landed on the shoulder of a passing brave soldier. Darren rose from us and he came into the middle of the wood. And he took the little Jenny Wren from his shoulder. And he read the little note on the Jenny Wren's leg. And the note on the Jenny Wren's leg said, "Hiya, hiya. I am being held prisoner in a castle owned by a big bad beauty man. Help me, rescue me."
Sorry, one moment. All of this was written on the leg of the Jenny Wren.
Yes, very tiny writing.
All right.
And Darren looked at the little Wren. Look at the little Wren in your hand. That's it. And he thought, and he said, "Thank you, Wren." He said, "Thank you, Wren," and then ate the Wren. Stopped it in his mouth. Stopped it. For the Wren's work was done. And anyway, he took the little note and he read again. Yes, indeed, Princess Esther was held prisoner. So he went to the castle. Now the thing is, my liege, the one thing about young Darren here is he is Sir Darren of nowhere in particular. And therefore he is an errant knight. But what he wears about him is all preparation. For he wears a dragon-proof suit of armour. Therefore the dragons may not hurt him.
That's handy.
Very handy. What are the chances of that, eh? But he does not have a dragon-fighting sword. He took his own sword from his sheath. And it's but an ordinary sword. And we know that dragons are far too fierce. They're far too strong to just fight against a mortal sword. But just at that moment, while Darren was thinking, if only I had a proper sword, he heard flapping of wings. And then heavenly singing. The clouds parted. And the light that shone down from the heavens and out from the parting of the clouds, flapping her graceful wings, was the angel Michelle, with a great big flappy feathery wings. And she flew down, and came down to see Darren, who looked at her, and she knelt before her, for he had never seen such a vision. And Michelle said, "Darren, brave soldier, you must fight the dragon. This is your calling. And therefore I give to you the great golden dragon-slaying sword of on high." So give me the sword. There you go. Absolutely. And then Michelle, with a great flap of her great feathery wings, soared gently into the air. Give you soar gently into the air, please. That's all, look at that. Back into the clouds, heavenly music. And the clouds closed. There, was Darren, armed now with his dragon-slaying sword. He looked round and could see Princess Esther, and she waved to him. Wait, soldier, that's it. And he waved back. And then Derek and Norman, the dragons, came. Oh! He killed him immediately. Put the sleeve to get over and done with. And Derek fell to the floor. Exactly. That's one dragon down, but there's another one. And oh, ow! Fire. Oh! You didn't see that, did you? My next week's watching. And Darren, brave knight that he was, had killed both dragons. Well, seeing this, big bad beardy Bob, no, Ben, I don't know what I'm talking about now. Big bad beardy Ben looked at brave Darren, and he fell to his knees and said, with a great piercing cry, "Spare me! Spare me! You can work in my castle! You can work in my castle! You're so brave, Darren! You're so brave, Darren!" And then Big Bad Beardy Ben went and released Princess Esther. And Esther ran into the arms of brave Darren. Rescued as she was from the clutches of Big Bad Beardy Ben. And then Darren the Brave Knight gave Big Bad Beardy Ben the 10p that Esther owed him.
I should think so too. I was going to reckon it to you.
That's it. So they were quits. And because this is a Lenten time, they needed a feast. And what they discovered was these dragons, Derek and Norman, were white meat, for they had wings and they could fly. And therefore they were roasted upon the hottest fire, and everyone had a great banquet in the hall of the castle, and everybody cheered. Everybody ate the food! Go on, eat the food, that's it, that's lovely. And then, as... Get over here, please. I speak Scotch.
You have pleased your king, and by doing so, they have pleased the company, have they not, yes?
Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy the story?
It is only a few days left of Advent now, but still, that should be time to spend the king's gold. She's not paying attention. Here, pay attention. Watch the king catch. Behind you there. It's behind you. And Princess Esther.
Princess Esther. Thank you. Good girl, Adeline. Wonderful.
And does Bertram deserve one as well? Bertram?
My liege. Thank you, my liege. I'm delighted.
And Richard, since you served me so well eventually.
You are too kind, my liege.
That's all the money you're ever going to get from me. I should warn you all, however, that this is the kind of king's gold that may contain nuts.
Yes, be careful.
My friends, I hope you've enjoyed yourselves here at the great tower at Dover Castle this day. I hope that you are fasting properly in this Advent time, and that not a morsel of indulgent food shall cross your lips until the 26th of December and the Feast of St. Stephen. Remember, Christmas Day is a time for further fasting and for deep prayer and contemplation, is it not?
Yes.
You sound so cheery about that. My friends, if you are staying here this night, be aware. The floor above this is the royal floor, the king's hall, the king's chamber. Here you are in the guest hall. Next door is the guest chamber. Below you will find the kitchens, the bakehouse, and the brewery. I trust you all know your social status well enough to know where you should be setting up your beds. But in the meantime, my friends, good companions, may God save you all, and may you all have a Merry Christmas.
God save the king!
Yes, God save me, and God save all of you, my friends. Well done to all of the servers and the entertainers.
God bless
God
you.
save you all, safe journeys, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.